Good afternoon, everyone. I've been to work this morning, but I got back about 1:45, had some lunch, poached eggs on toast, and fell asleep on the sofa. That's what happens, you see. If I eat too much in the afternoon, I fall asleep. So I've just woken up, I've come outside, it's not raining, it's a little bit cloudy, it's been raining all morning, but it feels all right now, a little bit cold, so we're going to get moving. I'm figuring I'm going to do a bit of sweeping up the top on the patio. There's a few fallen leaves, and maybe do a bit of weeding around the drive, scraping up some silt and mud, and that might be it. There was something else that came to mind earlier, but I've forgotten now, but I'm sure I'll remember as I get into it. Oh, there you go. See, walking back up the garden, I've remembered. There's a grapevine, has come to the end of its season this year. We'll just make our way up to it. Here he is, look. So there's the grapevine, all this here, all along this wall. So we're going to take that back down to the main sort of part of it down here. So we're going to chop it all take it all right the way back down to this main sort of trunk, root, whatever it's called. But we're going to do that and probably take that down and put it down on the compost heap. Anyway, I'll leave it there for a minute. Let's get the brush out and start sweeping up the patio. See you soon. So here's the compost heap, or the area in the garden where you throw all the stuff that you cut down you don't know what else to do with. Yeah, there's an old apple tree growing in it. I'm sure that's going to need a bit of tidying up at some point over the winter. And this is like this is the corner of my garden. And in the back there, we've got all the cut-offs from the hedges and the bushes and stuff. So I'm going to put the leaves in here. And if anything, if nothing else, this makes an awesome home for the hedgehogs over the winter. They are in here. I have seen them coming out during the day. So let's put a few more leaves in there to keep them warm over the winter. Right, let's go back up the top and do some weeding around the edges of the drive. On the way back up, I remembered that we said we was going to cut down the grapevine today, didn't we? So before I go back to the drive and scrape some of that silt up and do a bit of weeding, I'm going to take this back down to the root and pop it down on the compost heap with the leaves. See you shortly. Got my clippers. Let's switch to time lapse and get this grapevine cut down. There we go then. That's the vine on the compost heap. Come with me. I'm just going to go back up. I'm going to show you something, and let me know in the comments below if this is something that you can do or something I should rectify and pick up afterwards. Come up the top. Here we go then, back up the top of the garden. Right, what I've done is I've cut the grapevine back down to like the trunk or the root or the main body of the plant, whatever you want to call it. Strip the leaves off and put them at the base on like along the edge of the garden, look, where the roots are for the vine. Now, is this a good thing to do, letting the leaves go back into the ground, or are they gonna make it worse? Let me know in the comments below, and if it's a bad thing, I'll pick them up tomorrow and put them down on the compost heap. If not, I'll leave them there. It's not going to be windy for a few days, so they won't get blown around the garden. Hopefully they'll just settle into the ground and put the nitrates back into the soil. But let us know what you think. Let's get up into the drive and pick up the silt and weeds. See you soon. Here we are, back up at the house. So my next little Here we are, back up the house. The next little job will be to scrape up this silt and these weeds that are just around this area here. And then that will be it for the day, because it's getting later now. What's the time? It is 10 to 4. So it will soon be 5 o'clock. What am I doing at 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock today, we are running Film My Run 500 on the Zwift running app on the treadmill. I'll be live streaming that on the Zwift Run channel. So we've got till about 4:30 to finish off out here, and then possibly go down and put the ducks and the chickens away before it gets dark. So we're just going to get this bit here done, and then we'll head down and put the animals away. Let's get back to it. There we go then. I finished at the top now. We did that small part of the drive in the corner, so that's looking much tidier now. I took the wheelbarrow down into the corner of the garden and got rid of the weeds and all the soil and silt that built up in the corner of the car park. Just heading on down now to the animals to put their food out so they can have something to eat before bedtime. Put them all away and then head up to the house for the treadmill run at 5 o'clock. So if I don't see you again this evening, have a good evening everyone. Take care, and we'll finish on a time lapse of putting away the ducks, seagulls and chickens. See you all again tomorrow, if not later in the week. Take care, good night.